I don't see any evidence whatsoever that AI seems to be killing writing. I mean, there's like a lot of bad AI writing, like plastered over the internet. And there's like a lot of like bad student assignments that have probably been written by AI. But I don't think anyone's serious. I think it would have to be like full super intelligence before I was like, okay, this is going to replace human writing, full stop. And we have much bigger issues to worry about at that point. Even if that happened, let's say we have a system that can write better than a human. Do you think that the most popular novel of 2027 has a human name on it or not? Like a human writer on it or not?
I think yes.
I think it does too. When I finish a great book, the first thing I go do is like, I want to know about the writer. I want to know their life story. And I don't think I'll ever have that feeling to like AI writing. There is something about you read an incredible book and you get to connect to a person even though you don't literally know them. You feel like you do, and you feel like you have this important shared human experience. And that is like some significant percentage of the enjoyment of a great book to me. And I bet we keep doing that.
How do you think that we should be training writers differently in a ChatGPT world?
I heard this story once. I don't know if it's true or not, but it was like some creative writing teacher. They would have these students come and, you know, the first day or whatever, she'd like give an assignment, which is write the first paragraph of your novel. And people would come in with all of the standard like freshman in college mistakes, like, you know, way too many like stretched metaphors, way too much like flowery language. And then she'd go through this like exercise of, I think a standard one first, which is cut one metaphor from every page, cut one unnecessary word from every sentence, cut this, cut that, cut that. You take this like 10-page thing down and you cut it down to 1 page, and it would not be so tortuously overwritten. And then the class would read them and they would say like, okay, what happened here? Like, what's the, and the answer was, there was like no story at all. There was the instinct was try to like write this like beautifully, whatever kind of satisfying to write thing, but it's no fun to read. Like the readers want a story.
Yeah.
And the thing from this like teacher is that we might teach people to write beautifully, but there's no interesting story. On the other hand, you have these like sort of massively mass market successful, I don't even know what, like I'll pick on like the Twilight books or something, quite interesting story, horrible writing.
Sure.
And the question is like, can we make it easier to get both? And can we teach people how to use these tools?
Do you have a sense for how good ChatGPT storytelling is? Like if I turn on voice mode and read it to a kid, how much better is that versus mom?
I think the storytelling is not yet very good, but I would expect it to get better. We're still at a place where the models are just generally improving so much. I mean, there's areas that we could push on that'd be better for storytelling, but if the model just gets a lot smarter, and also if we train it to be better at storytelling, that will help.
How do you do that?
You show it a bunch of examples of what makes a good story and what makes a bad story, which I don't think is like magic. I think we really understand that well now. We just haven't tried to do that. Yeah.
How do you use ChatGPT every day?
I used to only use it for a few things, and both ChatGPT has gotten better and I figured out how to use it more. And so the cool thing now is I really do use it as a general purpose tool. And I hope that a few years from now, when you ask that, I'll say I use it for most things that I do. Like every few months, I find new ways to use it, new ways to incorporate. It's obviously still terribly integrated into most people's workflows, but that's just going to get better and better.
When you're talking to friends, you're like, you should use ChatGPT for this. What are the themes that you're telling them to do?
I mean, the thing that I hear about from my friends that they love it for the most is like computer programming help in some way or other. And the number of people who say that's like transformed my life. Yeah, I mean, like, it's very gratifying to hear. It's a lot of fun. Like, there are other things where, you know, people say it's like changed the way my kids learn, or teachers say change the way I teach. That's great too. And then there's like incredible examples with healthcare, the way people are using this for creative work. But the programming one is like near and dear to my heart. Many of my friends are programmers, so I hear about that a lot.
Email.
Yeah.
You do a lot of writing by email, and you've...
I do a lot of like very short email. Like I do a lot of like 7-word emails.
And how has ChatGPT helped you with that?
It's super good at summarizing long emails that, like, most long emails, honestly, I just stop. I don't even read. But if I have to read one, it's super good at, like, ChatGPT's ability to effectively summarize long pieces of content, like a really long thread or whatever. Very impressive.
How has knowledge of LLMs changed how you think about writing and communication?
I mean, I think we are going to not all of us. I think many of us are going to write in a different way in the future. And I don't mean like people are just going to use LLMs to like write stuff for them, because one of the strangest things that I think happens is when people put a few bullet points into an LLM, have it generate a nice email, send it to somebody else, and then they summarize it on the other end, because we just can't agree that, you know, we just want the bullet points back and forth, and there's still this societal nicety. But someone is going to build, probably somebody already has built a first version of this, like a great tool to write in a new way, where you have this thing that is not, you know, expanding your bullet points, but is helping you discover new things in the idea space. And that's awesome. Like, that's what computers do at their best, right? Is they help. They are a tool that help you do things you otherwise couldn't do.
I've always thought it was strange how we've had this tools for thought idea for decades, and yet the vast majority of the way people write is they open up Microsoft Word and they have no aid from a computer, really. It's just like a typewriter.
Yeah. I mean, it turns out that like writing's pretty good. We can for sure make it better, but I understand why that's where we are.
Hey, if you're interested in writing with AI, I recorded an ultimate guide to how I'm thinking about it. It's a 90-minute video with everything I've learned. And by the end of it, you're going to be a better writer, but also you're going to have a way clearer sense of where the world is going. And you can watch it right here.